welcome here. Welcome to the online open day for the bachelor students or those who are applying for a bachelor studies. Let me welcome all my dear colleagues here. We are going to meet very interesting persons from the Faculty of Social Sciences, and we are going to have a possibility to discuss with them the details, academic details of particular programs that Faculty of Social Sciences is having. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Malvina Karazlatka, and I'm a member of Dean's Collegium. I'm dealing with degree programs at the Faculty of Social Sciences. And just a few seconds, give me just a few seconds to share my very quick presentation, where I would like to introduce a little bit more the Faculty of Social Sciences. Yes, here we are. We have this online special event because of the situation that we are dealing here in Prague, as well as probably in the rest of the world. So we are going to talk about the programs, bachelor programs of the Faculty of Social Sciences online. I'm really happy that we can do it at least this way so that you can get as many information as possible. Well, you probably know, and those of you who are interested about the Charles University, that the Charles University is one of the oldest universities in Europe. My colleagues will definitely talk about rankings, which is very important for those of you who are deciding whether to study at the Charles University or to choose some other universities as well. But what I wanted to say is that Charles University has been founded in 1348, which is quite a long time ago. And one of the newest faculties is the Faculty of Social Sciences, which is the faculty that really is in. And these are our, let's say, mottos. We really consider ourselves to be interdisciplinary as well as innovative and international. These are our priorities, and we are really working hard to be the best as we can. Yeah, you can find all this information, of course, in our web, but we are going to talk about specific details later on. Just for your very brief information, in the Faculty of Social Sciences, you can find a lot of interesting parts, or let's say education that you can be interested in is specifically in economics, sociology, political science, international relations, area studies, media studies, and journalism. So all of these are parts or institute of the faculty. And as I said, it is one of the newest one. It has been founded in 1990. So we very recently had 30 years of our existence. But we are very good in many different things. One of them is really the mobility participation rates among all of other faculties of Charles University. We really have the highest one. So that means that we are having a lot of international students in the faculty. They're coming for either Erasmus studies or for the studies inter-universities or inter-faculty agreements that are being established, and the students are spending here either semesters or the whole academic year studying a different fields of study. Just for a few more statistics, we are offering English language bachelor and master, and also PhD degree programs. And today, this is specifically the online open day for the bachelor study programs. You can have here how many students we have during the academic year. So I think this is also very interesting to find out that there are more than 400 students this year that entered to the Faculty of Social Sciences and being with us. So here we have the bachelor degree programs, and we are going to meet the coordinators, which are very important personalities because the coordinators knows very many information. The first, we are going to talk with my dear colleague Michal Červinka about the oldest actually bachelor program, Bachelor in Economics and Finance. And later we are going to also meet my colleagues from History and Area Studies, Politics, Philosophy and Economics, and Social Sciences, which is one of the newest English bachelor degree program. Well, of course, we Faculty of Social Sciences is also having a master degree programs. Some of them I've mentioned here in my presentation, but this is probably for your next consideration. It's interesting to know that after the bachelor programs, you can even continue in the master degree programs in our faculty. Here we have all of them. We have actually rather a lot of them, sorry. And moreover, we have also PhD programs that we offer in English language as well. Just for your brief information, there is an international office that is working very well as an administrative body, and has the position to really support the students that are interested in studying in the Faculty of Social Sciences. They are dealing with the whole admission process, and you can anytime and very quickly reach them for any information that you would need for as far as the admission process. But as I mentioned as well, the very important persons are the coordinators of each program, which are my colleagues, academic staff, who are dealing with the academic part of your studies and can help you in any other rather than administrative issues. And last but not least, I would like to mention that there is a specific registration for the study programs. Every coordinator will probably talk about it, but just for your overview, the regular deadline for the admissions is the April 30, but we also have a so-called early admission deadline, which is the end of February. And this is strongly recommended for those students who are coming from non-EU or visa countries, and because the visa process, as you probably know, is really complicated and it takes more time than for the students that are not in this need. So the whole registration you can find also in the web pages of our Faculty of Social Sciences. You will find all the information at the end of this presentation, as well as in all of the presentations of my colleagues. And yes, I think that very important for you is to know that Faculty of Social Sciences is also having the discounts on their and fees, of course, for the study programs. And we have a very supportive procedure of supporting the students. As you can see, we are having the reduction or waiving of the studies fee for different reasons. So, and this is the way how we really want to support students to be a part of us, the best ones who would like to study at the Faculty of Social Sciences. All this information are also on the web page. And well, of course, I was talking about the very good international cooperation, because faculty itself has more than 350 contracts with different universities all over the world, not only the European ones. And we also having a lot of bilateral university agreements. And we are a part of summer schools that are being held here in Prague. So I think that really this all makes sense for those who are interested in international cooperation and would like to, or is looking for the international atmosphere. And as I said, these are the information that you probably need, and you can find it at the end of my presentation later on as well. So this was very quickly my introduction, but I think the most important is here to talk about details. So that's why I would be very happy to welcome Michal Červinka, who is my dear colleague from the first program that I've mentioned already. And I would like to ask you to give us a few more information about your particular programs.
Thank you, Malvina. Thank you for a kind introduction, and also thank you for briefly summarizing some of the key elements about how to apply to English degree program at our faculty. Let me start my presentation. I hope it works. Okay, so I will start presenting one of the first programs that you can hear about today, and also the oldest program of the bachelor level at our faculty, because this program runs for more than 10 years, and that is a program of economics and finance. Here with me, I have some of my colleagues, plus I have here also a student who will say a bit about his experience in the program so far. So we have here also Mrs. Eva Boganova, who is helping us with the PR of the program. Who is not here though is the director of the program. I would like to excuse her for being very busy organizing examination rules for students during the semester. And as I mentioned, we have here a student of the first year of our program, Felix Schneider. So he will say something towards the end of the presentation. So I will start with explaining a little bit about the history and reputation of economics and finance at Charles University. You probably are aware of these rankings of universities, which are either about universities as a total or subject-wise. And Charles University is usually ranked really highly compared to the whole world, usually around 100 to 200th place. And specifically last year, during the Shanghai ranking of academic subjects, the subject economics scored among top 100 programs in the world. And as you can see, we're not doing very bad in finance as a topic as well. Regarding the characteristic of our institute, we're very international because of high mobility of our students and also a lot of incoming students, besides having also English degree students of our own. So most of the subjects that we teach globally at our institute are already running in English. And for bachelors is more than 2/3, and for masters is nearly 90%. So almost with just few exceptions, everything runs in English. And Malvina already mentioned, we have many Erasmus connections, and we have also many different other possibilities, not just within the Erasmus network, but also to universities outside the network of Erasmus in other continents. Our institute is also linked to some organizations which are key for either financial analysts or accountants professionally, and we are recognized by CFA Institute and also by ACCA, and part of their requirements and these professional exams can be actually built just based on our curriculum, what we teach. The institute itself is 1/5 of the faculty, so we're one of the 5 institutes. And our institute has about 600 students, and around 100 of them are non-exchange international students. So this ratio between the Czech students and these English degree students is growing every year. And just to give you an idea about how many graduates we have, so we have Czech program and also English degree program on bachelor, master, and PhD level. And we have about 80 graduates from the bachelor's programs, about 60 graduates a year from the master's programs, and roughly about 5 PhD students graduating every year. We, for many years, also facilitate career advisor and career advisory service to our students, which for bachelor students may not be really focused on career per se outside the academics, but it in part actually involves also recommendations and consults about possible transfers to master's programs somewhere else. And you can see that we have many different possibilities for career path for our students, from academia, banks, and financial sector to also some consulting, governmental organizations, international organizations, some European Union level organizations, but also some ITs. Some of our students go for starting up their business, and there are many different possibilities that our students used so far, which doesn't really fit to this short description. As I mentioned, we have students who transfer to master's programs abroad. I would like to say, but again, I'm not really able to assess it myself, but I would like to say that we have a good reputation among top universities regarding graduates of our programs. And if we support our students with their application, writing them recommendation letters or some personal recommendations, our students are usually very successful, and they proceed further beyond our program of economics and finance. Many different specific topics of master's programs, ranging from economics to finance, but also some different but very close fields as well. I have on this slide some recent examples which I think cover some selection of students from past 4 years. I have selected some students also from our program because our program has for many years graduates as well. It's not just the Czech program, which runs for nearly 30 years. And so you can see that I included 4 names of our students, which are graduates of our bachelor program, who managed to get a very nice position in some master's program at prestigious universities. But it's also good to say that for our students, we have designed also master's programs of economics and finance in English. So one of the natural paths for our graduates is to continue with us on the master's level at our institute. So I didn't include names of those students here. Regarding the program of economics and finance, so let me say something about the content of the program. The program is for 3 years. It's a fee-based program in English, so everything runs in English, including the administration. And in this program, we emphasize strong quantitative skills and strong finance skills. And part of the program is also studying university level mathematics, which has one particular reason, because part of the program is also what you could currently call data science, because more and more of our students proceed to career where they need evidence-based work outcomes. So they need to be able to process large packages of data and be able to draw some conclusions. In the first year, the program is a little bit disconnected from the Czech program because there are some specific subjects which run only in English. But then in later semesters, we have more and more joint classes with that include groups of both programs. For some part of the program, the students are isolated in a small group. So let me say that the usual group in past couple of years is about 10 students a year. But then we mix them up later with a larger group of about 120 students or around 100 students in the Czech program. The program is for 6 semesters, and according to the European system of credits, it means that the student needs to collect 180 ETCS credits and then pass a state exam. And in our programs, the state exam consists of just one part, and that is a defense of the thesis. So a student is at the last year of his or her studies is required to choose a topic for the bachelor thesis and write a consistent academic text and give a presentation in front of a committee and defend himself or herself in front of the committee if the committee has further questions about the topic. The program, the study part of the program has like 3 different parts because there's a block of subjects which are required for every student to pass. So that's a group of 16 mandatory subjects. Then we have a large group of subjects from which the student can select, but he or she must select more than 63 credits from this block of courses. And the block consists of more than 40 elective courses. And then there are also possibilities to select everything outside our institute. So in this part of the program, the student can benefit from being part of a large university, which has hundreds of different topics as study programs. And the student can select anything outside our institute. So that constitutes to 15% of the program. And this also includes some language classes. For example, Czech for foreigners could be taken as part of these optional courses. The subjects in the program are can be divided into more specific groups related to subjects. So we have a large group of subjects which is related to microeconomics and macroeconomics. And this group already starts with mandatory subjects for the first semester. Then we have subjects related to finance, banking, and accounting, which usually starts from the second semester on. And from very early first semester, we also start with the chain of subjects in this group of mathematics, statistics, and econometrics, or if you would like to say fancy name to it, data science subjects to promote the quantitative skills of students. Further, especially in this block of elective subjects, we have subjects related to ethics in economics, history of economics, but also particular hot topics like energy economics or health economics and so on. Also, a couple of years back, we had a very popular subject which was called financial crises, especially 10 years ago when that was a hot topic then. In part of the program, we also offer first mobility, but also internships. And internships need not mean just internships in Prague, but it could also be in the sense of Erasmus Plus program. And if the student satisfies certain conditions about the content and extensiveness of the internship, the student can collect also some credits which are counted towards this total 180 credits. Besides academic classes, we have language classes, and we have many different classes which are specialized, meaning you discuss topics of economics or social sciences in these language classes. So it's not just the language class itself, but it also promote some knowledge of the major of the program, but we also support our students by teaching them Czech, because we understand that staying in Prague for 3 years or more, learning basics of Czech is essential to survive outside the university. So we offer these classes, and they're quite popular, I would have to say. And besides that, we also understand that also some physical movement improves the spirit of our students. So sports classes are also available, and they're also rewarded by some credits. And there's a very large selection of classes for sports. I would also like to mention, although this is a little bit early during today, because you will hear about the second program or the next program, PPE program, only later today. There's a strong connection in economics part of PPE program to our program. So there's a possibility for students to transfer from between both programs if they desire. During the first year, if they start communicating their desire, there is a possibility to switch for the major, and they can start studying either our program, or our students can transfer to a PPE program and fluently continue in the other program. What are the application requirements? So I would like to advise you to visit the website of the faculty. I would like to also mention that the whole application process is fully online. So you fill in the online application form, and then also include in the online system further requirements, further documents which are specified in the conditions for the entrance. So there's no test that you have to pass. There's no interview that you need to go through. The admission is decided based on the package of information that you provide in the online application system. But what is a must for applying for the program of Economics and Finance? You need to complete the online application form. We need copies of your high school diplomas, or if you didn't finish your high school yet, we require some certification that you are about to graduate. And then before you sign up, if you are admitted to the program, before you sign up for studies with us, we will need that diploma. And we also need transcripts of your grades from at least a past couple of years of your high school. We would also like to have a structured CV, so we would learn a little bit about your interests and about your background, and also we would like to learn that from your motivation letter. So we would also like to know why do you desire to study at Charles University, and why did you choose the program of Economics and Finance? Since the program runs in English, we would also like to verify, or we actually have to verify your knowledge of English before we admit you in the program. And we accept the following certificates. So IELTS, TOEFL, and Cambridge exams are standard results to certify English. And for each of those, we specify the minimum requirements. I would like to apologize, a little bit might be confusing for later presentations, because these minimum requirements are maybe different from program to program. So please pay a good attention that what are the requirements for our program. And one of the last documents is certification of your high school mathematical abilities. Because as I mentioned, a significant part of the program are subjects related to mathematics, statistics, and econometrics. So we would like to verify your skills of high school mathematics. And we offer multiple possibilities, what you can supply, what you can use in the application, because we understand that our applicants come from many different schooling systems, from British, American, and also from many different other national specific schools. So one of the documents assessing math abilities that you can provide as an applicant of our program is IB diploma, and specifically we ask to present us with IB score of group 5, but we accept this score only if you score with predicted or final IB more than 32 included. And we accept both the new versions of Group 5 mathematics, so all 4 subjects: mathematics, applications and interpretation, standard level, high level, and also mathematics, analysis and approaches, standard level and high level. And for graduates of IB program before November 2020, we also accept the previous versions of content of Group 5, which is mathematical studies, standard level, mathematics, standard level, and high level. We also accept A-levels, and we have specific requirements about your A-levels, and we would like, of course, mathematics to be part of your GCE A-levels. Then that is specific to applicants from South Korea, we accept the results from College Scholastics Ability Test, which is sometimes called Sunyung. And we specifically have a look at the results from the subject mathematics, which is part of the test, similar to National Higher Education Entrance Examination, which is running in China. And again, we have a look at the score of subject mathematics. But, and I believe this is one of the most popular, is to provide either result of your SAT or ACT. So you can also provide us with these results. And regarding SAT, we also accept mathematical subject tests level 1 or level 2. For students who are already in Prague or in Czech Republic, and they are preparing at the Language Institute, in Poděbrady, it's called UJOP Poděbrady. They also study their mathematics classes, and during this kind of like 0 year, they have a final mathematics exam. And if you score more than 75 in that exam, we also will accept you in the program. One of the last possibilities is also to take a national specific test of the Czech Republic, which is STIO, and we also accept STIO mathematics. So the application procedure, Malvina actually already mentioned the timeline. So the deadline for application is end of April, and the application system is already open as of the start of November. And we evaluate the applications twice during the period after the end of February. We evaluate basically around the second week of March. So the results after this first round of applications is communicated towards the applicants by the end of March. And the remaining applications are evaluated in early May. And by the end of May, the applicants have results of that second round. What happens next? If you need visa, you should start being very busy applying for visa, because that usually takes a couple of months to process. And we usually require students to arrive around mid-September, where we make a registration to students, and we have also some program so they learn about how to run around the university, how to use libraries, about our the system, electronic system of subjects and grades, and so this is part of the orientation week, and also to learn about their classmates and make new friends before the school starts. So Malvina also mentioned it's a fee-based program, so the standard fee is 3,000 euros per semester. And already for applicants, when they're successful, we offer reduction for about 20% of students in the first year. And then later, after their performance in the program, after the first year and after the second year, we also evaluate our students based on their grades. And we offer up to 20% of reductions, or 20% of students, we offer reductions in the program as well. We have regular meetings with students. In the past semester, it was mostly online because we couldn't really meet our students. But me and Mrs. Bogdanova are having these meetings on average about 2 to 3 weeks, and we discuss specific topics, either about registration to the subjects or examination period, or applying to Erasmus program and so on. So now I will ask Felix to tell something about his experience so far. I will just introduce Felix. Felix joined us actually 2 semesters ago. He started in the spring as a non-degree student, and the parallel of joining us for the summer semester, he applied for the full degree program. And as of September, he's a first-year student in our program. So I will ask Felix to tell us about his experience so far.
Yes. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to give a little personal insight of my experience in those 2 semesters. I can tell you, when I applied to Troyes University, I have certainly had very high hopes. And I can tell you also that the program, the Bachelor in Economics and Finance, did not disappoint at all. So I'm very finance affine, and I enjoy studying that a lot. I have some finance work to do in my free time. And the courses for a bachelor's degree are extraordinary, for finance at least. I've looked at quite a number of universities to find a bachelor that already offers finance courses rather than at the master's level. And so in Troyes University, I found it. If it hasn't come clear in Mr. Czerwinka's presentation beforehand, the courses are very rigorous, and so mathematics is certainly the larger topic that needs to be challenged in that bachelor, which for me was not anything to be worried about. So it is a challenge, and it still is, even in my second semester. But it is what belongs into finance. And so the teachers from the math department actually are helping all of us along the way to get that done as good as possible, certainly, yes. During the time when I was applying to Charles University, I of course had a lot of contact with the international office and with Mr. Chervinka, the program coordinator. And well, the entire process of applying to universities might seem a little stressful or challenging or new, because high school students or some people who have been out of school for a while might not be accustomed to that. But whatever questions you have and whatever answers you seek that you could not find on the webpage beforehand, anyone in the international office is certainly willing to answer those, and Mr. Chervinka as well. So they helped me along the way on every step with my admission, with my enrollment, and with the nostrification. So I have an American diploma, and the Czech Republic requires that to be nostrificated in the Czech Republic, so more or less something like accredited. And the international office took all of the required steps to do that, and so I was free to concentrate on studying and having a good time with my friends, more or less. Yes. Friends, of course. Who would you expect in such a program? I can say for myself, I am from Germany. I've lived in 3 or 4 different countries so far and studied in 4 different schooling systems. I have friends now in my cohort of 10 people from Morocco, from Qatar, from England, from the US, I believe. And so all of us speak certainly 2, 3, 4 languages. We all have a little nerdy tick, I believe, in each of our specialized areas, more or less. And we all enjoy to study mathematics, finance, economics. And so there's quite maybe a lot of own incentive to actually get good grades whilst having a good time in the evenings and partying at night in Prague, if and when that will be allowed again. So at the moment, not so much, but I can tell you from my first semester, when it was still allowed, there's a pretty good party scene in Prague, so it's worth trying it out, yes. I think that would be it for my very short introduction, and if you have any further questions, there are my contact details. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Felix. I would like to wrap up the presentation by telling you that we have this graphical version of the information that I presented here, which is available to download either from the webpage of the Institute or also at the webpage of the faculty. And these are the contacts for all of us, and specifically me, Mrs. Bobinová, Mrs. Chytilová, and Felix. And there's also the contact to the international office regarding the questions about admissions. And I mentioned on top of this slide the 2 main web pages which contain the information. So if you have any questions, you can contact us, or you can ask directly in the chat. And this is the end of my presentation, I presume. So thank you. And I would like to ask Malvina to resume in the program.
Thank you very much, Michal. Thank you very much for all your information that we received. I think it was very important to hear it from you, because of course there is plenty of information that you can find everywhere around the internet and all the sources that you already mentioned, but it's always better to talk to somebody who is really taking care of the program. So we really appreciate it, and together with Felix, who gave us a personal, let's say, testimony or some news from the program itself, because it's always interesting to find out what is the other part of the academic environment thinking about the program. So very, very interesting. Thank you very much. Let me check the questions, because of course all of you who are here with us. You can ask the questions, and Michaela from the PR section is also helping us with the questions from Facebook. So in case you have any question, please give us the hint, and we are going to answer them immediately, because the discussion is always better to have right after the presentation of each particular program. So so you are open and you are free to ask. But if not, it seems that Michal, you said everything, and Felix, you helped us a lot. So thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for the information that we received. And we are going to go further. Thank you too. And we are going to continue with the second program, which is the program called PPE. And now I give the floor to my other colleagues. I have both of them here, actually, the coordinator of the program, Dr. Franek, Jakub Franek, and the supervisor of the program, Dr. Salamon. So welcome here.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. And so I'm going to have a brief presentation. Let me share the screen with you. And then I'm probably going to give word to our two students. We have Linda Mledova and Aldi Schau from our second year. So I think that perhaps it will be better if they can share their direct experience with the program.
Absolutely. So let's have a presentation first.
Let me just start the presentation. I hope it will work technically. Can you see the?
Perfect. We can see it clearly. Thank you.
Great. Okay, so I'll try to be really as brief as possible. I don't want to spend too much time on this. This is actually quite a new program. It was established only in 2018, which means that we have now our first and second year students. First students are going to graduate hopefully this year, thanks to some credits that they have transferred, since they transferred from other universities, some of the first year students last year. PPE, obviously, as the name suggests, is a multidisciplinary program. It was first established in the United Kingdom at the University of Oxford about 100 years ago in 1920s, and it was actually designed as a new version of a multidisciplinary program that was supposed to provide a rigorous training for future leaders in civil service, but also politics, journalism, as well as business. Our PPE at Charles University in Prague is run by the Institute of Political Studies in conjunction with the Institute of Economic Studies, and it is the first program of its kind in Central Europe, and actually one of very few in continental Europe. What is the program structure? Well, because it is this multidisciplinary program which consists of three principal elements: politics, philosophy, and economics, it follows quite naturally that all students are required to take introductory courses from all three sections. There are 17 of these courses, and students gain 114 credits for them. And here you can see examples, just a few examples of these mandatory courses. Next, there is a group of elective courses, which are more advanced specialized courses, again grouped according to the three core disciplines: politics, philosophy, and economics. And the selection of these elective courses then, of course, is related to the particular student's specialization. I'm going to say something about specializations in a minute, and each student has to gain at least 39 credits from this group. Well, about the specializations, the idea is that after the third semester, each student is supposed to choose one of three possible specializations: politics and philosophy, economics and politics, or economics and philosophy. And the last groups of courses are so-called optional courses. You can gain 27 credits from them, and these are actually courses of a free choice from the offerings of all departments of Charles University. So you can take various foreign language courses, courses in other social sciences or humanities, or for example in journalism, photography, or anything else, including athletics or sports courses. Okay, the applications requirements are quite similar to the BEF, to Bachelor in Economics and Finance. We do not have any formal entrance exam or test or mandatory interview. So application is conducted online, and it must include the following documents: the completed application form that you'll find on the Faculty of Social Sciences website, copies of all relevant diplomas and transcripts. In other words, secondary school diploma and a transcript. Obviously, if you do not yet have a diploma because you are only finishing your secondary school, you do not have to send that. A structured CV, a letter of application that explains your choice of our study program, as well as your plans for the future, and an essay on a topic related to politics, philosophy, economics. You can find more detailed information about the requirements for all of these materials on our website. And of course, those students who are not native English speakers or who are not graduates of an English language secondary school have to submit a copy of some internationally recognized certificate in English, such as TOEFL or others. Again, the detailed requirements can be found on the Faculty of Social Sciences website. And here you can see contacts for the program director, Janusz Salmon, for myself, and all the important information can be found on the program's website. Should you have any questions related to the program itself or to the admissions process, please send me an email. And I promised I would be as short as possible, so now it is my pleasure to introduce Linda Miladova, one of our second-year students, as well as Aldi Sheho, another second-year student. But Linda, please, I can already see you, the floor is yours.
Hello, so my name is Linda Miladova, and as Dr. Franiak said, I am a second-year PPE student. So I am half Czech, half Tunisian, and I've lived my whole life in Tunisia, where both my parents work in a hotel. And that's where I fell in love with this whole international background and mixing with many people from many different cultures. So when I heard on my last year of high school that Charles University was opening the PPE program, which was in English and also which was international, to be honest, I did not even bother applying to any other school. And that's because it was mainly everything I was looking for my bachelor studies personally. So I knew I definitely wanted to specialize in economics in the future and economics and politics in the program. But I also wanted to get a rich background, not only in economics, but also in politics and philosophy. And I was also encouraged to join the program because of my limited education in Tunisia on the matters of international relations, of politics in Europe, Asia, America, and all over the world. So that's basically what pushed me to join the program. So the program indeed helped me get a good basis on those matters, and it basically opened my eyes to matters happening all over the world, thanks to those introductory courses which Dr. Franiak already talked about. So this diversity turned out to be useful because indeed the fields of politics, philosophy, and economics do interact with each other in more ways than I could have ever imagined before ever joining this course. So as I previously mentioned before, I am in my third semester of studies, and I'm planning to go for an exchange in my fifth semester to Paris. And as I'm hoping to specialize in economics and politics, I'm hoping to get into a well-known university in France, which I believe would even more broaden my perspective in this field, and it would help me discover a new way of life, study a new political regime, and different ways of thinking. And all of this would be thanks to the Erasmus program, which Ms. Hladka already talked about, that does actually really provide opportunities for exchanges with countries from literally all over the world. So far, even though these conditions for studying have not been the best, and since we've had this online setting, I honestly, not because I'm speaking in front of my professors, I usually never get bored in my classes, because throughout the day I would have 2 or 3 courses and we would usually jump from field to field. One would, for example, require us to do a reading from literature from the most famous philosophers or political thinkers, and the next hour I'd be excited for my economics class, where I would get to use my knowledge of mathematics, or maybe even for my statistics class. So it would never get boring. We'd jump from theory to practice, and then we'd go back to theory, and that, I believe, makes this program even more exciting and enriching, as we really get to answer real life problems from different perspectives. So we take a problem and we'd look at it, oh, how would a political person think about it? And then we'd go, oh, how would an economist think about it? So I really do believe that this program is wholesome in that sense. So for me, PPE is a really amazing opportunity, not only to meet different people from all over the world and make friends from everywhere, but I can personally feel that my mind has immensely grown. And thanks to these professors, it has become more receptive of the theories that I studied, and I see that I can have a totally different view of matters happening all around the world. And as Felix has stated earlier, I was really terrified to go on about these applications, because I was coming from Tunisia and this was all new to me. So the minute I contacted the international office, all of the staff there was super nice to me. I also got to contact Dr. Franiak before, and he has been a lot of help to me. And I really do not regret joining this program. And I would really advise it to any other person that's interested in the field. So basically, this is all I have to say. I believe Aldi would also like to give his perspective, because he also comes from a different background.
Thank you very much, Linda. So let's give the floor to Aldi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So my name is Aldi Shehu. I am from Albania, and it is my second year in Prague and my second year in Charles University. As Linda said previously, coming from another country, coming from Albania, not being a Czech, you come with the idea that it's going to be very hard to join the community at Charles first and then Prague and Czech Republic, but it was very different from what I expected. Since I started the application process to join, all the offices that are in charge of the steps I have to choose were very close to me with the communication and helping me with the documents. So everything went very smooth. And lastly, Dr. Franiak and Dr. Salamon gave the final push to make PPE even more enjoyable without the program not even starting. So they made everything beautiful. My background is somehow different from the others, because I come from University of Wien, where I used to study engineering. So I was totally focused on another field, but I had the love for philosophy and politics, so that's why I turned to Charles University. And I discovered that I made the right choice, because I am enjoying school way more now, even though it is a pandemic and we are pretty much in a lockdown, but the school keeps on getting even more interesting. So that's a very good motivation. And another thing I have to go through is the chances that PPE gives to us and that Charles University with the PPE gives to us. So one thing is the multidisciplinary ground that it forms. So we touch upon many things, and we touch upon many things that we think are very different from each other. So we talk, for example, for philosophy, moral philosophy, and then we talk about institutional economics. And when we see those things together, we find points where they connect. So this is the perspective, or the world perspective, that PPE gives to us. Charles, on the other hand, gives us the opportunities such as the double degree with the University of Bayreuth. Being a double degree, it's very intriguing, but being a double degree with the University of Bayreuth, which is also a very established university in the PPE side, it's not PPE, it's only philosophy and economics, but the idea that we can go even more deep in the economic side makes it even more intriguing. So me, I'm specializing in philosophy and economics. So that's why I'm very keen to see those two fields together. According to my experience in Prague, Prague is very student friendly to begin with. And for me personally, I like to read a lot, and I do not like to read inside my home. So Prague was very welcoming because it has a lot of libraries. And all these libraries are very accessible for students. So it's a very big point that Prague has. So to finish off, I want to talk about the international environment that Linda talked to, and the combination that it has with the multidisciplinarism. Being that international and having all these fields together, all these countries to talk about, we have students in our class that we can talk to get first-hand experiences. So if we are discussing for Middle East, we have students in our class which we can ask, and we can discuss these problems. So we pretty much get really the first-hand experience. And the last thing is the student page that we have. Our students try to work a lot to market, in a sense, our program, but mostly we want to share with others what we like about the program, and the idea that this program is very comprehensive. So our student page should be on the Facebook of on the notification that you set to everybody. So visit the student page and you will find everything there, even more compact than on the big website of Charles. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much, Aldi. Thank you very much to Linda as well. I think this was very interesting to see the different perspectives from the students, but also mentioning the up-to-date situation here in Prague when we are kind of locked down and we are only having the online education, but still, you know, you can find your way how to work with it and how to enjoy the education on this platform. But definitely, thank you very much also to Jakub for the information that we received. I know that, for example, the application criteria are always the same for the whole Faculty of Social Sciences for all the programs that we have. So Michal mentioned it very, very detailed, and it's very good. And then the rest of the coordinators, they don't need to do it so much, but definitely thank you very much, both of you, for the information, and thank your students for the experiences and shared you know, point of view, which is very, very interesting. I know that we have a lot of likes and followers on the Facebook, so thank you for this. And my colleague from PR also posted the links again, where you can find the official information about the programs and the admission process, as well as the already mentioned PPE webpage that has been created by the students of PPE. Now I would like to welcome Preti, who is going to talk about a very new bachelor degree program social sciences. So hello, Preti, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. Thank you very much for having me on here to represent the social sciences. My name is Preeti Rajendran, and I'm a passport holder of India. And I was actually born in Papua New Guinea and have a really weird life experience that's very multidisciplinary. So I'm going to use that word because that has been the theme of all the programs here at Chelsea University so far. And I'm going to take it a step further from PPE, from economics and finance and PPE, which are very beautifully interwoven when it comes to the diversity of the world and the diversity of careers that exist, and talk a little bit about social sciences. As a next step actually for students, and I'm going to share my screen really quickly just to go through a really short PowerPoint. Hang on one second. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the social sciences program is a research-oriented program, and like I said, it's a step further from the PPE program in that it's much more broader, and it incorporates a lot of the social sciences, which could go anywhere from anthropology, sociology, political science, law, archaeology, a range of different things, including economics as well. So to keep that in mind, what we're looking for with the social sciences are students who have finished their high school diploma and students who are actually interested in analyzing very specific or particular issues that look into multiple populations around the world. We are looking for students that love diversity and again, love the idea of intertwining disciplines, because not only do we look at complex issues in society, we also look at issues that can be taken care of in terms of activism or environmental activism, a bunch of different things that really prepare students to do research in specific populations and then go on into a career in any part of the world and use that in-depth research skill to further careers and make a better world actually. So that's the whole premise and the platform of social sciences, is to kind of give that strong platform to students that are looking for something that's really, really multidisciplinary in social sciences. Some of the things that you will be covering under the social sciences would be to look at contemporary societies. You would be taught really in-depth analysis of how to do social research and data analysis. And at your last year, you will be expected to do a bachelor's thesis, which is a really, really great platform to have as you go on to do a master's and a PhD program, because this particular program really gives you that skill on how to write and how to analyze a very specific thesis topic. And that is something that you will defend at the end of your third year. So the social sciences program does really, really give you very strong skill sets in a number of different areas. And again, it's a really great broad platform. All of the courses are in the Faculty of Social Sciences. Just a quick overview of the courses. You'll be studying complex societies. You'll be studying globalizing societies, governing societies. So if you're interested in policy making, this is a great class to have. Mediated societies. This is a really great topic also to look into, because this is the world that we live in now, and especially with the pandemic and everybody being online, everything is media oriented, everything is media generated. And again, digitalized societies as well. So the social sciences is not just about theory or anything like that. It is really, really today's world that we're living in, and it really teaches you how to study within this new kind of thinking that we are experiencing today. Again, like I mentioned, this particular program will really give you the skills for research methodology, and you'll study statistics. You'll have a seminar in quantitative research, a seminar in qualitative research, and a seminar in in-depth policy analysis. So it gives you those concrete tools that are required to do proper research. And again, in your third year, you'll be doing a project defense. You'll be discussing your bachelor thesis, preparing for it, and you'll be presenting to your cohort and to your professors. And you will be expected to have a solid research thesis that you will present eventually. So that is the end goal of the social sciences program, as you decide to go on to do a master's or a PhD. How does it work in terms of lectures here? There's a combination of lectures and seminars that you will have. A lot of it is going to be discussion oriented and analytical based. The nice thing about the social sciences program is that it really wants to have an intimate setting. So there's not more than 15 to 20 students. So you really do get to hear from not just experts, from professors, but also get to share your own stories and your own experiences. If you want to have one-on-one conversations with your professors, it is most definitely possible. And the whole program has been geared in that way so that students will have a really intimate discussion option. And again, it teaches you how to speak and write and do presentations because of the kind of in-depth research that this particular program focuses on. Here is one of our students, Mafalda, who wants to give a short little testimony of what her experience has been like. So I'd like to share this with you.
Hi, I am Mafalda. I am in my first year of social sciences, and what I really like in Charles University is that the classes are really small, so it gets pretty interactive, and also the teachers often encourage us to include personal experiences.
So yes, that was a short little testimony of Mafalda, and she really nicely says that it's also about personal experiences, which really does tie into the idea that we want students coming from diverse backgrounds to incorporate and add to the lectures and the different topics that the professors are going to be introducing to classrooms, because without you as students, no textbook and no program can ever fully be what it is. And that's the essence of why we also want to keep it a small cohort every year. How to get in this particular program is very similar to all the other programs, but the only difference is that we do have a short entrance exam that is required online, and it's not scary at all. All you have to do is write a short essay on a particular topic online, and you can do it from anywhere in the world. And on top of that, we also look at your academic background, and we really love to read the letter of motivation as to why students want to come specifically into the social sciences and why at Charles University. And then we just want your high school diploma and your English proficiency, and it's as straight as that. So it's pretty simple. And to again, just reiterate the benefits of a social sciences degree. It is a research-based degree, which gives you really broad platform to study multiple populations. It prepares you for multiple careers, from policymaking to economics, social science research, politics, environmental activism, and many, many more things. So if you're a student that is not 100% sure that they want to study just economics, or they want to study PPE, but they want to do something broader than that, this would be a really good program to consider. It also is something that you as a student should consider, is that there's a reason why all universities are talking about multidisciplinary, because we are no longer a world that lives in very specific contexts. That is something very strong to keep in mind as you're considering your next degree. And thank you very much. That is actually what I wanted to say as a broad overview. And if you ever have any questions, you can always email Martin Hayek, who's the program leader, or you can email myself as well, Preeti Rajendran. And we'll be very happy to answer very specific questions. Whatever questions you may have, please feel free to send us an email. Yeah, over to Malvina. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Preeti. Thank you. All the information are very, very helpful. And I believe that even though we don't have questions right now, but we are going to have the recorded version of this session on our webpage, also on a Facebook webpage. So I believe that definitely somebody will ask you for another for some more detailed information on the emails that you already posted. So thank you very much by now. Say hello to your student. It was nice to have a greet from the SOCI programs as well. And this was the third program, the bachelor degree program of the Faculty of Social Sciences itself. And last but not least, we have a history and area studies. And this is also a very specific program that is a little bit different probably from the three previous. And let me welcome my colleague Klára Žalódková, who is going to talk about this particular program. Hello.
Hi, thank you, Malvina, for the opportunity to present our program.
We'll be happy to hear also about your program. Of course, you're a part of the Faculty of Social Sciences. We would be happy to hear more details. Please, the floor is yours.
Yeah, okay. I have prepared a presentation, so I will try to share it.
Great.
No. Yeah, can you see it?
Yes, perfectly.
Yes. Okay. So thank you again and welcome at this online webinar about the programs offered at the Faculty of Social Sciences. And it is my great pleasure to present you the program that is called History and Area Studies, and that is taught at the Institute of International Studies that is part of the Faculty of Social Sciences. It is a 3-year bachelor's degree that provides the students with a complex understanding of Central Europe. And when I say complex, I really mean it, because apart from the theoretical knowledge of Central European history, politics, society, we provide our students with the active knowledge of Czech language. So this program really connects the education in history and area studies with active training of Czech language. As I already said, we really want to provide our students with a broad and complex understanding of the region. So our program links the field of modern history, politics, culture, economics, to provide the students with really broad understanding of the region. And here you can see some of the compulsory courses that aim to give the students a broad overview of major topics in Central Europe. And they aim to provide the solid background or the solid basis for more in-depth study of selected topics in the electives. Hence, they provide the ground for the further study of the particular field the student is interested in. And as I said, apart from the interdisciplinary knowledge of Central Europe, we offer the opportunity to gain excellent Czech language knowledge. The Czech language courses are really intense, starting from the first semester with 12 hours per week of Czech language courses. We really want our students to be able to speak fluently Czech in their final year. The Czech courses proceed from very basic grammar and vocabulary to advanced level of Czech to be reached by the end of the studies. And we train the students to the highest proficiency in speaking, writing, and in understanding. So they are able to start to use Czech language starting from the third semester, so already in the second year. And in the final year of their studies, they really employ Czech very fluently. They are able to debate over academic topics in Czech, and they are able to provide or to write very solid academic piece of papers or academic writing, some seminars, essays, and so on. So I think that this is something very, very very specific or very different from other programs because we really offer the education in Czech language. And you may be interested, or you may be wondering what can you do with this degree after finishing history and area studies. As I already said, our graduates really master Czech language. They are able to understand, or they understand, the current issues in Central Europe. So they are able to deliver very qualified comments on the developments, not only in Czech Republic, but also in Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, or also in Germany in relation to Central Europe. And they are able to employ their academic knowledge in practice. And if they want to continue to pursue their master degrees, they not only can apply for the programs in English, but they should be able to apply for Czech programs as well, since they should reach their Czech language at C1 level by the end of their studies. And if they decide not to pursue their master degree, they can work in regional, national, or European administration, in a non-governmental organization, in consultancy, or in international journalism, which is really something that our graduates or our students, since we are very, very new program, but so far I know that our students already started their internship in international journalism, since they are already able to understand what's going on here in Central Europe. They deliver comments on what's going on in Poland right now, what Orban is doing in Hungary right now. So we are very proud of our first year students that are able to do that now after first semester. So I would like to give you just some reasons why I think that history and area study is a good program to study. If you want to become an expert on Central Europe, and if you want to understand Central Europe, if you want to speak Czech fluently, I think that history and area studies is like really good option, since we give you both the theoretical knowledge of the region with active knowledge of the language itself. And also, if you want to understand Central Europe, it's also better to live in Central Europe. So why not in the beautiful city of Prague? And why not to study at the oldest university in Central Europe, which is Charles University. And also, Faculty of Social Sciences has a really international community. So if you want to gain an international academic experience studying abroad with international students coming from all around the world, I would really recommend you history and area studies, but also other programs as well. If you're interested in economics, just go for the program my colleague Michal presented. And if you want to establish long-lasting ties, not only with students, but also with your professors, I would really recommend you our program, since we have a very family-size institute. So you will have the opportunity to have consultations with your professors, individual consultation in person. So you will really develop like close relations with all your fellows from the program, or from the institute, or from the faculty. And now I would like to say very briefly something about the administrative matters, even though my colleagues have already mentioned it, and for the history and area study, it is very, very similar. As to the documents we want you to provide us for the application, we want to see your the copy of the diploma of your previous studies, or the proof that you are about to finish your secondary education this academic year. Apart from that, we want to see the transcript of marks from your previous studies. We want to see your CV, the motivation letter, and also the documents showing the level of your English English language. That applies only for those who are not natives of English. And we evaluate the applications in 2 rounds, in the beginning of March and in the beginning of May. So you will get the results very soon to be able to organize all the administrative matters in advance and to be able to arrive to Prague in the end of the summer or in the beginning of September. And also something you have already heard, the application deadline is in the end of April, but we really recommend the students coming from the visa-seeking countries to apply by the end of February to have a plenty of time, or to have a time to manage all the visa matters, because it really takes long. So we want to give you time for that. And if you're interested in our program, I would like to, or I want to recommend you the website of the Faculty of Social Sciences or the website of the Institute of International Studies, where you can find all the information, starting from the general information to the courses, to the student mobility opportunities, and so on. I would like to encourage you to follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, and if you have any questions about the program, you can email me or you can email my colleagues from the international office at the admission email, and either they or I will give you the answers to whatever you want to ask. And that's all from me. So if you have any question, just ask now or email me or my colleagues. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, Clara, very much. Thank you. I just want to say, I just want to check on the date, because you have there the application date, the end, the 30th of April 2020. So of course you probably meant 2021, but this is just a small issue that happened. Anyway, your colleagues has been talking about it. Of course, as a faculty, we have the same deadlines of the application process. Actually, the application process is already started. It is the online platform is already open, so you can easily find more information about the details either in the international office pages of the Faculty of Social Sciences or any other pages that has been posted here. So thank you very much. As far as I know, there is no particular question. So I believe that many details has been said, and the students that would be interested probably will find the answers to the questions they have from your presentation. After all, I would like to thank all of you who were here with us. We were able, and I'm happy that we were able to talk about the details of 4 bachelor degree programs of the Faculty of Social Sciences. As you can probably see, there has been the word multidisciplinary mentioned very often. So we are very multidisciplinary, but on the other hand, you can see that we are very specific. So each program is also very specific. And I believe that anybody who is interested in studying social sciences will find the proper field of study that we are offering as the Faculty of Social Sciences of the highest quality of the English language bachelor programs in the, let's say, Central East Europe, definitely. And we are giving the students the opportunity to really obtain the degree from one of the oldest and most prestigious universities in the world. I really think that the work of our coordinators is very, very important and very meaningful, because they can help you with anything that you would need to establish the good connection with the faculty and to start to work on your process and to start to educate yourself at the Faculty of Social Sciences. So I will stop here because we can speak for hours, definitely. Thank you very much once again for your attention, and have a nice evening. Hope to see you very soon in Prague, not only online, but also in person. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.